everyone, Hanyou here. Welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, well, we've officially begun the endgame scenario. We are now in true ending mode, and we are beginning our investigation for the final class trial. So, carrying on from where we left off, how very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. We need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master. He didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with ice with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So, bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second!
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall.
Aww.
Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But...
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
But
up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto? Oh, that's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
Okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However...
Oh, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
So...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then...
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
Correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So, we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can investigate all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto,
no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at the Makuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time in the knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. body was covered in other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Makuro Ikusawa, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up till now. Headmaster's room, the bio lab, the door in the data center, and with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check has been added to the bullet section. Let's start with the one that's nearest to us, shall we? Here we go. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms? Looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Looks like there's only a few rooms accessible. Just a cracked glance inside and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even a bed anymore, it's just garbage. Girls' bathroom, even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Nothing in here. The hell? Room is filled with lockers. Must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Looks like this locker is already broken. Metal plate mounted to the locker. There's no way to get it open. Wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. Card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get into the locker and get the locker to open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean? Well, let me just give it a try. And then, no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Try it all. No. Alright. Can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. Nope. Alright. Alright, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave here. That Eye of Horus is very intriguing. Oh, wow. This room doesn't feel like, it doesn't really feel like a student's room. It's more, it has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko.
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. A regret? That looks like a secret door. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or construction defect or something?
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze.
Indeed.
Like there's an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might be able to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
Very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you could even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right
However...
up. But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all his paperwork and all the files on his PC I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this. You know what? I think I might have an idea. Might have belonged to the headmaster. PC on the desk. Really?
It would seem...
Whoever used it last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. PC still has some search results left on it. And then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
Whew.
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. Ultimate despair added to truth bullets. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there, but maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, there's no way I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it? Just to be sure.
Well?
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name, but if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey.
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. Collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Beep. What? That did it! Kyoko, it worked!
Why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. I better check out a suspicious present before anything. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why do I have the feeling it's her father's head? Why? Do you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside, and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. That was in the box. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? It's her father, isn't it? Just as you thought. How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about it?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. It's a very polarizing approach. I know, give you a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step at Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words,
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present added to truth bullets. Huh? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko. Ooh, I think she might be a little embarrassed.
why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here, and now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. Found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably
It
right.
would seem...
Might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it, huh, but Kyoko? I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto, huh? Can I ask you a favor? Favor? What is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more,
Hey.
but... Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a second.
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before that the relationship you had with your dad, how you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul, but maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory, and this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the fact of what happened, what I went through. That probably can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm
Anyway.
sorry. Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Now, then, I'll see you later. Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one who finalized the plan to isolate you was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is... yeah. One of the students. 15 of us met in the main hall, and Mukuro to the add Mukuro to the mix, and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still alive and still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Alright, so, locker room. I now have a way to unlock it all, don't I? Wonder if I can open this locker. Well, let's give it a try. No luck. Maybe locker, which means none of us can do it. Wait, but what about that emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's room? Let's give it one more try. Took the emergency handbook and ran it across the card reader and beep. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now, let's see what we've got inside. Don't see anything that might be a clue. Open the locker room and let's see what's inside. This thing is particularly empty. Oh wait, what is this? There's some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is, but there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. Looks like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote the note was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? Flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. Saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation of a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. Can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who could plan directly. It just happened to be the headmaster, my father. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached to the last page, the question mark spinning in my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. Locker pocketbook has been added to Truth Bullet section of handbook. Let's see, anything else around here? Last few things, yes, no. Oh, okay. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to is probably has organization problems in every part of their life. And this looks like stuff Hiro would have. This is a crystal ball, huh? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. There's all kind of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible. I picked up one of the notebooks I saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. Yasuhiro. What? There's no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? Notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had a chance to take any classes. So, what is this notebook? And what's this? Deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? But the more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro. A pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward, and I have to believe in everyone. Alright, let's see. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, going here, and then we will end this episode here. So if you enjoyed it, please consider leaving it a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more content in the future, and until next time, everybody, have a good one, and I'll see you later. And get ready for, hopefully, the conclusion to the true ending investigation in the next episode, and most likely the trial after that. So until next time, everybody, bye.